วัสดีค่ะสวัสดีค่ะได้ยินกันไหมคะเช็คไมค์หน่อย everyone can you hear me is everything perfect can you hear me or not can somebody just tell me is can you hear me or not greeting from Thailand um, anybody can you tell me please if you can hear me or not can you hear me because I'm going to do the interview soon with Miss Grand Ecuador so can you hear me or not ทุกคนได้ยินลีนาไหมคะ I can hear you oh thank you so much finally there's someone วันนี้ก็โอเค31คนแล้ว How about internet is internet slow or not How about internet can you hear me is the internet slow or not อินเทอร์เน็ตได้ยินไหมคะอินเทอร์เน็ตช้าไหมคะตอนนี้กระตุกไหมเอ่ย Good connection thank you so much it's okay your internet thank you so much everyone oh so okay there's a fan from Ecuador and there's a fan from Thailand so I would love to say welcome to Miss Grand Family interview for Miss Grand Ecuador 2020 everything's fine thank you ก็เดี๋ยวในอีกสักครู่หนึ่งนะคะดีนาก็จะทำการมาเรียนทำการสัมภาษณ์ interview กับ Miss Grand Ecuador นะคะ so soon we're gonna do the interview for Miss Grand Ecuador so I might speak English only or if I have time so I will translate a little bit good connections clear voice and face thank you guys ตอนนี้ก็เราก็ Hi Miss Grand Family I love thank you okay so I'm gonna wait for Sonia to come and request for join the live มีใครอยากรู้อะไรเป็นพิเศษเกี่ยวกับ Miss Grand Ecuador ไหมคะ Is anything you want to know about Miss Grand Ecuador if you want to know just type the question so I can ask her but I have some questions already that hi Sonia Luna FC I have some questions already for her but if you guys have any special questions just let me know from Myanmar we support Ecuador thank you ขอบคุณค่ะ I met Grand Myanmar Hanley I think Miss Grand Myanmar she just did interview yesterday oh finally Miss Grand Ecuador is here are you guys ready to talk with her Ecuador is the best Latina this year are you guys ready to see okay I'm gonna 1 2 3 I'm waiting for Sonia Ecuador
Hi,
สวัสดีค่ะ Hi Sonia
Hi, how are you?
I'm good thank
Good.
you and you
I'm very, very happy because I've been so excited for this live for like forever. Since the time you wrote me, I was like, I'm gonna have a live with Miss Grand Family. I love this page. It's the most amazing. I love it. How are
thank
you?
you so much so yeah I'm good and I've been waiting for this day to do the interview for you too because you know you're out like people keep eyes on you that oh this year Ecuador is so beautiful and she's so stunning
Thank you.
like so everyone now just like wow we got 127 viewers now so because of you bring all of them here that's because everyone interested in you now and they want to know you
Oh, I'm very proud and
can
happy.
I'm sorry can you hear me clearly the
Yes,
internet is
I can hear you.
okay is internet good for you
Can you hear me?
yeah sometimes
Yes.
slow a little bit
Oh, okay. The connection is not that good, but
okay
I'm sorry for that. But
Okay, if
anyway,
you cannot hear me,
no, I
just
can
let
hear
me
you
know then.
perfectly. I can hear you perfectly. And I see all the comments,
Thank you.
and I believe that my internet is fine because I don't have like any glitch or anything. I see it perfectly. Okay, I'm very
Okay.
happy, that my participation was from almost, you can say, like one day to another. I was just told that I was going to Miss Grand International on 22 December from last year. And I was took by surprise, but a very, very happy surprise because even though before the announcement, I was so like, I was convinced that I wasn't going to any other pageant anymore. But when I got the
Mm-hmm.
news, I was so happy because this is one of my, no, it's my favorite pageant ever. It's so amazing. It's
Oh,
new, but it is the best. It's such an amazing show, and all the girls are so pretty. And not only pretty, they give a message that I really love, that it's very important. And I believe that this year it's going to be amazing because we have so much to talk about, so much to spread love. We need to do it to every single country and to give hope. It's the most important. Many families need it. My family has had to go through many difficult times since last year, and
mm-hmm.
this
Wow,
just
we want to
gave
know
them
that.
so much joy. And me too. I'm
Mm.
very joyful to
And
be part of this.
and trust me, everyone around the world at the times, we are happy to have you too in Miss Grand International too.
Thank you.
And
Thankful for all the
before we go
support and
into
nice
the
comments.
interview, and before we go into the interview, can you please introduce yourself to all the people so they can help you?
Well, my name is Sonia Luna Menendez. I am from Guayaquil, Ecuador. I'm 25 years old. I'm studying psychology. I'm in third year. I just have 1 year left to end my career and study a master. That is my goal. I want to have my own consultory, and I want to help as many people as I can with the mental health issue because it's very important. And at least in my country, I would say even in Latin America, it's very uncommon for people to go to therapy because we have many stigma around it. But
Mm.
nowadays we know that it is absolutely fundamental for everyone, and I wish more people could actually know that, learn that. And I want to be an advocate. I want to help. I want to know as much as I can about this topic because when I was a little girl, I went to many psychologists, and it was a soft spot for me and a little hard because many people will say, oh, she has issues, and I don't have issues. I think I'm a normal person. Of course we are all, but we'll go through some hard stuff, and it's okay to seek for help. It's okay to
Mm-hmm.
seek for our mental health and well-being, and I'm very happy that I can do it, being my profession.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I love animals. I have three cats and three dogs. They are my adoration. Their names are Princeso, Loki, Filomena. Those are my cats. And my dogs' names are Kira, Zeus, and Lana. They are the love of my life. I live with my mom, my brother, and our pets. And I'm very, very happy to be here today and to be able to represent my country in this amazing, amazing pageant. It's my favorite.
So I start. Can I ask you questions about?
Of course.
Can you tell us why you've been through like hard situation in the past and you have to go to see psychologists when you were young?
Because I'm not gonna lie, when I was little, I was very, very active, like too active, you would say. Like I would love to play outside, and maybe I wasn't. How can you say that? Mm, Children will usually like to do many sports, and I would just wanted to do more than the normal. Like I was, you can say,
Mm-hmm.
kind of hyperactive. You would say something like that. and I had a little trouble there because I had so much energy and I was misunderstood and I wasn't as good as other students paying attention. And when I was little, like many years ago, people will say, well, that's a problematic child. And I just was a kid and was misunderstood for many years and grew up around that stigma of going to many therapists, but they will say, she's a normal girl. She's just a child. She wants to play. She wants to laugh.
True.
She wants to play sports. She maybe has a little problem paying attention to one thing, one specific thing, but actually she's just growing up, maybe a little differently than others, but she doesn't have an issue specifically. My parents, I was their first daughter, so they were very worried about me. And I just grew up a little self-conscious about that. And when I was a teenager, I became you could say, the opposite of extremely extroverted, and I became introverted because I didn't want to cause more problems or more issues to my parents, to the schools that I was going. And I wanted to be to fit in and kind of left out what I was really myself, that I am a very sociable person, but I was a little shy and scared to show it because I was scared of rejection. And that happened to me a lot. And, you know, when you're a teenager, you have all your hormones and your ups and downs. You're like so emotional, and that really, really affected me at some point. And when I graduated from high school, I wanted to be a psychologist because I remember all my story. I started reading about the issues that I had with the stigma, with the psychologists that will maybe stigmatize me. You would say how they will just treat me like I was different. And I know this day that actually being different, being unique, what makes you you, and that's something I want to make others feel very, very sure about themselves. I want others to feel good in their own skin. I want others to feel proud for who they are. And that's something I can do through this career. So they don't face the same problems I faced when I was a little.
So that's mean you kind of a little bit like when you were young, you energetic more than others people,
Yes,
like more than other kids.
But too much. Like I can tell you a story. When I was very little, I was so innocent. I was so carefree. I didn't have any complex. I didn't have shame. I was so free. I was so happy. Like about 7 years old, but so much. This is a little embarrassing story right now. When we had swimming class, I will run around the pool naked, and the teacher will follow me, trying to cover me with a towel, and I was just like running.
Wow.
Right now. Yes, it's something a little extreme, but that's funny to me now because thinking more about it, like there are many children like that, and they are misunderstood, and they are even mistreated sometimes and seen like a problem. And we are all different, and we should teach them kindly, understand them, be patient. And that's something I want to be with my profession. That's one of my goals. And normalize that there are different type of children, different type of teens, and obviously adults. We are all different, but that's not bad, actually. That's what makes the world more interesting. That's what make us have conversations with others. That's what push us towards learning more about everyone around us. And I love learning. I love knowing other realities.
So being different when you were young and have this kind of thing that happened to you when you were young, is it affect to your life, like make you understand people more than usual? Is that help you or not? Like being different when you were young.
Yes, I think that empathy is very important, and I practice that a lot. I try to, we say here, ponerse en los zapatos del otro, try to understand others' lives, and maybe if we don't know them, you can just assume that they are perfectly fine just because you have a good day. Maybe they have a bad day, maybe something bad happened to
True.
them, and we have to be more comprehensive and not jump into conclusions and don't judge. That's very important. Compassion, empathy, knowing that we are all different, but that's not bad, and don't believe in stereotypes and and try to stigmatize people because of what happened to them in a specific place or time in their lives, because we're all evolving. I believe that we'll change, we'll evolve, and if we don't do that, what could it be about us? We will die. We need to change. We need to adapt. We need
True.
to grow. It's something that it's part of our humanity. That's something that is
True.
comes within us.
So, as you're studying psychologist and a lot of things that happen in the world right now, you can see there are many
Okay.
people that
Yes.
lost their job and they kind of have depressions and stress from losing jobs, don't have money for family for whatever reasons. It's affectful all around the world right now in COVID situations. As you're studying psychologist, if you can tell them something, what would you tell them now?
Well, um, I would say that they are very brave and to believe that things are going to change, and it's not bad, it's not something to be ashamed of if you ask for help. If something is too overwhelming for you, maybe your financial situation or your family, if you lost someone, it's okay to cry, it's okay to seek for help, to talk to a friend, to seek for a therapist. Everything is totally valid. You have to seek for your happiness and try to stay calm. I know it's easier to say than do. I know it, but I believe that we are going together to overcome this. Well, I lost a family member last year because of the
Oh,
pandemic.
sorry to hear that.
Many people have. So unfortunately, it's something that we just have to try. I'm not going to say you have to do it because it's your duty to do, because it's so difficult. We have to be more compassionate and understand others' feelings. Maybe for someone it's harder than for me, and or for me it's harder than for them, and that's not bad. We have to understand them, and it's okay. We are going we're going to make it. I just want people to feel hopeful and don't go down on that dark hole, because it's very, very hard to go out. And just know that you are not alone. And there are many
Wow.
people that really care for you. Many, many people.
That's very touched the heart, really kind of beautiful messages actually. Because
Yes. I
I
have
think in
felt
this
this way.
COVID,
I have felt that way many times. Maybe when we see people on social media and we see perfect faces and the smiles, we believe that their lives are all perfect, because of course we try to always give our best image to the world, but we are all human, and humans
mhm.
feel things, and we have, like I said before, ups and downs. We just have to understand that we are not alone, like I said, and we can together help each other and surpass this.
So so far you say that you want to help people, like
Yes.
that's why you should study psychologist. Have you have any project or you have done something to help your community or your communications? I mean, like people or anyone around you already?
Yes, well, years before Miss Grand International, I had the pleasure to be Reina de Guayaquil, like it's the the queen, the winner of the pageant, the more important pageant of my city. I'm from Guayaquil, and I was like queen of Guayaquil, and I had to work very hard in social projects, and I loved it. My project was Guayaquil Integro, and I had to work with some families in vulnerable situation with therapy, like therapy de pareja, like you would say, like when couples have struggles together and they can even experience violence, you give them therapy to try to prevent those things like that, and try to make them feel more confident about seeking for help. Many women that were alone raising their children try to boost their self-esteem and give them options for them to actually have their own work and their own things besides what their husbands, or if they are alone, they can do it by themselves. That was one of my projects, and we had to do many other things, but that was mine because of course that's my career, and that was what I wanted to give to my city.
That's such a beautiful things.
Yes, I loved it.
So let me translate to Thai people first.
Okay,
ค่ะ
I'm
ก็ใน
sorry.
นั้นได้ถามเขานะคะว่าได้มีการทำโปรเจกต์หรือเพราะว่าตัวเขาเนี่ยได้มีการเรียนเกี่ยวกับ psychologist ว่าเนี่ยถามเขาว่าที่เขาต้องการเรียน psychologist เนี่ยได้มีการทำโปรเจกต์หรือโครงการอะไรไหมที่มีการช่วยคนซึ่งส่วนใหญ่ก็มีตั้งแต่ที่เขาครองมงกุฎในรอบของมงกุฎเก่าของเขาเนาะซึ่งเขาก็เล่าถึงประสบการณ์ที่ว่าทำไมเขาถึงเรียน psychologist นั่นก็คือว่าตอนเด็กเนี่ยเขาเป็นเด็กที่ค่อนข้างจะ alert มากๆพอเป็นเด็กค่อนข้าง alert เนี่ยทุกคนก็เลยเหมือนเข้าใจผิดในตัวเขาอะไรเงี้ยค่ะไงก็เดี๋ยวสัมภาษณ์ต่อเดี๋ยวแปลกันไปเป็นต่ออีกทีเนาะ Okay, thank you.
That was fast.
So oh yeah, I was like try to wrap up so like they can catch what, but they understand English a little bit already.
Okay.
So I before I interview you, I have read something about the situation that happened in Ecuador, like in Ecuador. So Ecuador, the local language of Ecuador is Spanish. Is that correct?
Spanish, yes.
Okay, Spanish. And so far about the economics in Ecuador right now, the situation is quite similar to Venezuela about economics. Can you please explain us about that?
Well,
this is it's just not a question. It's just something that I want to know because about the economics and things that happen in Ecuador. So I want to know what is the situation right now.
Well, many countries in Latin America are facing some financial and economic issues. It's normal, even more this year because, of course, the pandemic. But I wouldn't say, at least, we have many immigrants from other countries here, and they are trying to establish their lives. It's not easy here, but I believe that we actually can bring many immigrants opportunities. I'm very thankful, and I believe that we are kind of privileged because of that. Many other people are actually facing even more struggle. Right now, we are even in a political issue because we're having elections in February 7, and we are right now trying to decide who is the best candidate for us. But okay, that's a difficult issue and topic, but we are actually doing that right now. But we're not. I will say that if you would like to visit Ecuador, you will find many beautiful things. You will have everything you need and want here. You could make, I don't know, go to Quito, the capital, or go to the Amazonia or Galapagos. There are many things here that are amazing. Cuenca, Guayaquil is so beautiful. I will recommend you my city. I'm not gonna lie, for me it's the best. I love it. But there are many, many beautiful things to do here in Ecuador. And we are perfectly fine for, well, when the pandemic is over, to receive many people and they could do many amazing things. And yes, of course, we could be even better, but I will say that thankfully we are not as bad as other countries around us, and that's something very sad for what's around us. But I believe that there is hope. Like I said before, we need to believe that. We need to be convinced of that, and just look forward and try to do our best in our lives, so actually those things don't affect us as much. Like,
Okay. So, you're gonna join Miss Grand International in this year.
yes.
And, this gonna be the opinions of us. We can talk about everything because it's opinions. So if you win Miss Grand International in this year, and you can change everything in this world, everything, whether about economics, whether about whatever, what would you like to change in this
Well,
world?
well, I actually think that the most important things, and what is like the motor of the change in every single aspect that you just said, is in our mindset. I would love to use my platform, the words that I can say, what I can express, what I can actually do to give an impact in others, to bring them positivity and a little, maybe, I know I'm not yet a professional, but I believe that education is so important, and the teaching of tolerance and respect and acceptance of many things, many of those topics will actually help us open our minds, and that will encourage us to make even greater things. And that's what actually a Miss Grand International can do. She has to be an advocate of peace. She has to be an advocate of everything that is positive to the world. And that's something I am very, very happy and absolutely willing to do if I win, and even if I don't win, because that's something that's just me. I want to do it. It's like one of my duties in life.
That's beautiful. Wow. So so you said that it's about you want to change people's mindset in this world so everything could get better. Is that
Yes,
correct?
because it's like
want to change
it
mindset of
starts
people.
with us, because we most of times think that we have to change others, that we have to teach others, to make others do things, but we have to think more about what we say, what we do, what are we expressing, what are we thinking of ourselves, what are we projecting and learning, and what's around us, because maybe that can make a bad influence in us, and make us feel down, make us feel that everything is wrong and everything is negative. And if we believe that, how can we actually believe or convince others to change and be better, and just like snap our fingers and say, okay, I want the economic to be better, but or I want the people to be more respectful. I don't want more violent issues around the world. I don't want more war, we could say. But how are we acting, like in our homes, like with ourselves, if we just believe and we just say and we just act negatively and violently? We have to change that. And like I say, it's all in our minds. It's all in the way we try to convince us that maybe if something is bad, we have to just stay that way, and there's no hope and there's nothing good to do. And of course, many things are hard, and I know that many people have think of this, and it's very, very difficult to actually just start thinking positively when many bad things are happening around the world. but that's just an exercise that we can do. And maybe I'm trying to do it. Like, I know I post many selfies and many pictures that look very nice, but at least I try to reach to others with the message I give them, with the
Mm-hmm.
self-love, with the
True.
self-accepting things that I say to them, in maybe in the caption. And many people write to me and say, "Thank you, Sonia. You actually feel very represented by what you say." I like to see someone that maybe by looks will say, "Oh, she has a perfect life and she is always happy," but it's okay. She actually says that sometimes she's not, she doesn't I don't always look like this. I had a lot of help to look like this. And I am actually very
Mm-hmm.
grateful because there are many people here helping me to make me feel more confident in speaking to all of you. And that's something that actually boosts my confidence and makes me feel happy. And when the life is over, I'm going to start with the rest of my day. I have classes in university and all of that, and I'm going to be happy because I did this from very early, and it's something I'm very passionate about. And now I have a very
Mm-hmm.
perspective of this day, and tomorrow is going to be a new day, and like that I'm going to reach for things that make me happy, and that goes on. I just want people to can be themselves, can be actually happy, can be able to accept things around them, and just give others love and, of course, hope and peace.
So it's about self accepting. I quite interested in this topic. As you're a beauty queen, you got beauty lookings, you got perfect
Yes.
hair, perfect face, and everything. So there are some people, we talk about facts. They think that they don't look that good, but they
Mm-hmm.
consider you as a good looking. But they feel like they're ugly, they're not beautiful, and they're not accepting themselves in the way they are. What do you think about that? And
Well,
they consider
it's,
themselves that's not
of
beautiful.
course, it happens to me too. I see many people on social media, on in person too, and I say, "Oh my God, he is so beautiful," or "She is so beautiful." Like, and I feel little, but I start to question myself. Why do I think this way of me and everybody else? But
Mm-hmm.
I try to make the exercise, and I actually love to question everything I say and think. And I just ended in the conclusion that we have all been told that we are never good enough, that we all have to change something in ourselves to be good or to be the perfect idea. And that perfect idea doesn't exist, because you could say that I am good looking, but many other people could say I'm not. But the important thing is what I believe myself, because I am going to be in this body, in this hair that sometimes has these waves and sometimes it's like so frizzy and like that, because my hair normally
Mm-hmm.
it's not like this, and I know it's like something I'm going to go home and take a shower and it's all going to be gone. But what is going to be with me
Wow, that's beautiful.
forever, it's my personality, it's my smile, it's how I treat others, how I see the world. That's Sonia. Sonia is not makeup. Sonia is not her body. Sonia is not her hair. Of course, she likes to play with makeup. I love that. It's very fun, but that does not define me. And I wish more people could see that everything that it's outside, it's just like the shell, we are in it and we can play. I think people can do whatever they want with their body. They can do anything. This is we have a very short time in earth, and we have to make every day count. And that's something I try to think
Absolutely.
every day. Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
And I believe that everyone is beautiful in their own way. And I actually have many friends that know me when I was little, and I'm not going to lie. How do you say? I don't know how you say myopia in English, but I am a little blind, and I'm actually using right now contact lenses because
Oh,
I
okay.
don't see. I don't see from far distances, and
Oh,
I
okay, I got what you
normally
mean.
uses some huge glasses,
Mm-hmm.
some huge glasses, and I used to have braces when since I was 12 to 18 years old. So I used those big glasses and the braces, and my hair used to my natural hair is actually very curly,
Mm-hmm.
and just try to imagine the picture of me being a very tall girl because I'm very tall. I was so slender in high school, very tall, slender, the glasses, the braces, and the huge hair. I've been everything. You could say I have been told I was like, I don't know, boys will say that, oh, Sonia. And that was very hard for me when I was little. But now that I'm a grown up woman, I I see it. Okay, it was difficult. It was hard. I actually understand if someone has been very affected by that because, of course, bullying is a very difficult topic, and
True.
it hurts. It hurts. But I'm happy right now to say that I have overcome that, and well, I'm here right now. I'm about to represent my country in Thailand in Miss Grand International. So what they say to me doesn't mean anything anymore. And I know others don't have to
Okay.
go to Miss Grand International. That will be very cool. But if they don't, they will have their own things in life that are magnificent that will prove them that they don't need actually to look a certain way to be awesome for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I'll translate to Thai first because I feel really impressive with your answer when to Thai.
Okay.
ค่ะก็ลีนาถามเขาว่าคือด้วยความที่เราเป็นนางงามเราตัวเขาเนี่ยมีความสวยงามในเรื่องของผิวพรรณหน้าตาหรือทรงผมก็ตามแต่คือจะเป็นนางงามเนาะแล้วเนี่ยมีคนมองแล้วก็ตัดสินว่าเนี่ยพอเขาสวยแล้วบางคนก็รู้สึกว่าตัวเองเนี่ยไม่สวยลีนาถามเขาว่าเขาว่าคิดเห็นยังไงกับเรื่องนี้เขาก็ตอบมาว่าคือจริงๆแล้วเหตุการณ์นี้ก็เกิดขึ้นในชีวิตเขาบ่อยๆในเรื่องของแบบมีคนบอกว่าเขาสวยแล้วเขาไม่สวยแต่เขาบอกว่าจริงๆแล้วอันนี้จะแบบเป็นสรุปเป็นสั้นๆนะคะก็คือว่าตัวเขาเนี่ยเขารู้สึกว่ามันไม่ได้สำคัญมากคือเขาก็เป็นคนหนึ่งที่คือภายนอกก็คือแต่งหน้าแต่งตาแต่ว่าพอกลับบ้านไปเนี่ยชอบประโยคนี้มากคือพอกลับบ้านไปเขาก็แค่อาบน้ำล้างตัวทุกอย่างก็เป็นคนเดิมก็คือเหมือนแค่เป็นเปลือกที่เขาได้แบบว่ามีความสนุกตกแต่งไปกับเปลือกเหมือนเปลือกหอยของเขาแต่ว่าภายในแล้วคือสุดท้ายแล้วเราก็จะอยู่กับสิ่งที่เราทำกับผู้คนเราทำยังไงกับเราปฏิบัติตัวยังไงกับคนอื่นเราเป็นคนแบบไหนสุดท้ายแล้ว personality เนี่ยตัวของเราก็จะอยู่กับเราไม่ใช่สิ่งภายนอกเป็นคำตอบที่ลีนาชอบมากเลยทัชใจมากๆ thank you ขอบคุณค่ะ well I feel so I really like actually I'm gonna throw back a little bit I really like your answer that the way that you think that you just take a shower, like come back home and take a shower and everything just take off. It's just gonna be you at the end of the day, like without makeup, just gonna be Sonia,
Mm-hmm.
like who you are.
Exactly.
It's gonna be just chill that you just decorate yourself with something.
Mm-hmm.
And what it's gonna be with us, that's the way we treat people, our personality and our just inside of us.
Exactly.
Actually, that's true. That's
Yes,
actually
it
true.
is.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
I understand.
Wow, that really touched my heart.
Mm-hmm. I understand we're very precious nowadays because we see many perfect people with perfect lives, but
True.
the reality sometimes is very different. And that's something we need to understand and don't see us as, like we'll say, robots or machines that have always to be perfect. I know that I always have to smile, but I'm actually smiling because it makes me very happy to be talking with someone from Thailand, Yolina. I'm actually very happy. I'm about to be there, and I never in my life knew I could have an opportunity as great as that. Just remembering right now and speaking to you about what was my past life. And if I had little Sonia here, Sonia, when I was 7 years old or 14 years old, she would be like, wow, like so amazing. Like she wouldn't believe myself. O sea, she wouldn't believe what I'm telling her, but she will be very proud, and that makes me very happy. I'm actually fulfilling my dreams and conquering many fears because it is a little scary to sometimes accept that huge responsibility and knowing that you have to do everything perfect and there's no mistake allowed. But I try to remember myself that it's okay because I'm young and I'm doing myself. I'm doing what I can do and trying my very best to give the 100% every single time I do anything. And I want to make my country proud, my family proud, and myself. That's the most important thing. I'm doing this for myself. This is my happiness. This is my dream. This is something I really want. And I am very, very content here.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. Before, today actually, like, okay, it's evening now. Before, I'm gonna interview you, I feel a little bit down. I don't know why I feel a little bit down, like because maybe for something happened. I don't know, like for some reasons. But then I talk to you, I feel like receive like such a positive energy from you. Like, wow, this girl has such a beautiful thought, and the way you think is just so impressive. So I think there are many people in the world right now. They face many depressive things in life.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to say something to those people and rip off them, like to cheer them up. Can you please tell them something about that?
I will say that I feel you. If you are struggling, I feel you. I have been struggling many years now too, in my own ways, and you have your own ways, and that's valid. Don't make anyone make you feel bad for your problems, and don't compare to others. Try don't to. Try to understand that what is going through your head is completely valid and it's important. It's not something that other people can say, oh, it's not a big issue. There are other things happening in the world that are bigger than your problems. That's not true. You have your own struggles and that's valid. And I wish I could help you, but seek for help for the ones you have around you. And there are many people that loves you. Maybe we don't see that because we don't have that many people telling every time, I love you. Remember, I love you. But they love you, actually. We have many people that loves us. And just value them. Value that you are not alone. Nobody is alone. We are social beings. And there's always someone that's going to lend a hand.
So, okay, there's that's the messages that you spread out to the people that they facing the depressed right now. So I think they want to say this to you. Sonia, you're such a beautiful person and we loved you.
Thank you so much, Lina. That means the world to me. I can't
That's
wait.
mean a lot to people.
I'm going to tell you something. And in March, it's going to be my birthday. So I'm in
Really?
I'm in the mood because I'm going to be in Thailand for my birthday, and I'm going to be in Miss Grand International, and that's like a dream come true. And this wasn't on my plans, but everything just like, I don't know, the world wanted it to happen that way, and I'm very, very, very happy for that. I can't wait to be there. I'm actually counting days. I have a big calendar in my in my room. Yes.
That's amazing.
Like
it's gonna
making
be your birthday in March.
It's
like
on
counting the day back to
March 16.
I'm sure Thailand is waiting for you too. Okay, so right now we're gonna do questions from the viewer. if there are any questions. But actually, I have from mine too. Like I do survey
Okay.
before. What's question they want to ask you? So I will start from my first, and I go to pick some from people right now. If you have any question that you want to ask Sonia, just please type down, and I'm gonna pick one of few of you, and I'm gonna ask her. Okay, but I'm gonna start with mine first.
Okay.
Okay. If you could ask God a question, what would it be?
Well, I will actually ask you, which God are you talking about? Because there are many religions, there are many people that believe different things, and I can ask different questions to each one of them, and they are very important. Like, how are you so patient with everything you have to do with every single one of us, asking you things? That's something that I would be so overwhelmed. Like, how can you do that? Like, you're amazing. You're doing such a great job. I will be like, oh, this is such a hard job to do. Like that. Ooh.
Yeah, but so there are many religions in the world,
Mhm.
and but sorry, but what God you believe in for you?
Well, I actually believe that people are very spiritual beings. I will say that love is something that represents me. That's something that has always been with me, and I want to spread. That's something I practice every single day. I'm not gonna lie. I will not call myself a very religious people, but I always try to give others what's positive and the best of me, and that energy that just like comes within all of us.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. Yeah, true. Actually, it's true. It's kind of true. So, Miss Grand International, there the concept is about stop the war and violence.
Mhm.
But there, in the world situation right now, they're full of violence and like Cold War. If you become Miss Grand International, how could you stop the war and violence? Like even I mean even in the family or just like a normal violence, how could you prevent that?
Well, it's very ambitious to say that one single person, we have many people around the world, many philosophers, many politic people that have tried to stop the war worldwide. And it's
Mm-hmm.
very ambitious to say that one person can do it, but one person can actually be very good at influence people around them and go to the masses, thankfully, to spread a message. And that's something that I believe it's what I can do the most. That's actually what I am studying for. And I believe that as Miss Grand International, the best thing we can say and do to stop this is try to spread education, try to spread a message that tries to tell others to respect and be tolerant and be as accepting, because many wars that happen around the world are not with guns. It happens, like you said, even in families that for very superficial issues, just they stop talking to each other, and they treat like themselves like they are no family anymore. Or, well, in my country there are
True.
many violence towards women, and that's something that actually personally hurts me a lot. We face many small actions of big violence every single day, because I believe people nowadays are so pressed to impress, to have something that is actually not the most important thing, like material benefits and they start
Mhm.
going a little away from their humanity, and
Mhm.
like they want power, they want money, they want things that actually one day are going to be gone. And we have to start teaching others that we are different and we are all valuable, and our lives are not something to play with, and
Mhm.
respect is always the base of everything. And human lives is the most important thing, not material things to seek for. Oh, I wish I could actually uh, pronunciate in English even better than I am, because if this was in Spanish, I would be like, ooh.
Yeah, understand. We understand. That's very good, actually.
I'm trying so hard, but this is good exercise because I'm I actually studied English in high school, but since then I haven't studied as much in university, just like two levels, two classes.
Mhm.
And since I live in Ecuador, I don't have many people that speak English around me, and I don't
Mhm.
practice as much as I would like to have my
Mhm.
pronunciation as it perfectly, and obviously like know how to express many things as I would like to. But in making a small resume, I believe that education is the most important thing that actually will lead us to a change. And the platform that Miss Grand International has, it's so big, and we see it worldwide. Every single country know what Miss Grand International is, and they follow even in social media. If we have a Miss Grand
Mhm.
International that actually talks about respect, tolerance, not just superficially, because when we say that it's like so vague, but there are many layers to it. Yeah, like to touch people's heart seriously with facts, with research, and I would sound a little like too much, but I think that it's possible, and that it's actually what will lead us to change. I would love to do that.
So, as you mentioned that education leads to
Yes,
change, education is important. How?
the most important thing, because um,
How?
we can teach people to see each other as individuals, like people, like human beings, that they're having their own stuff going on, and they have their own values, their own convictions and traditions, and their own. They are from different parts of the world, and we cannot just judge and make them feel little because of that. We have to stop trying to compete with each other in a way that it's, we will say this word that it's on fashion, like toxic. We have to understand that we all want to be happy. We all want to have our families together, and that's the most important thing. We don't have to discriminate towards others because of anything. I would say their sexual orientation, their race, the country they come from, their religion, what they believe, what they practice, everything that they like, it has to be respected. And obviously the place where they are, the context is very important. And I see many problems having because, or occurring because we try to say no. What I think, what I believe, it's the only way, it's the only reason, it's the only thing that it's valid, and that's not true. We need to accept others,
Mhm.
and that will actually make us more peaceful, and it will be so amazing if we could just start to see others not as something we have to compete or to hurt or to stay away, but to
Mhm.
keep even closer, to understand and to learn. That would be so good. And that's something we have to educate, because if we have in our families, maybe you could say, if your dad always tells you, no, don't play with that child because he is weird, because he speaks in some way, he looks a certain way. You will grow up thinking that people that act, that thinks, that looks that like him are bad, and that's not your fault because
Yeah.
that's what your dad told you to believe. So maybe with social media, I think we are changing our minds and being more open and being more aware of others around us. And that's a very, very big step towards ending violence in small places. I believe that in bigger stances like what happens in countries that unfortunately are having political issues that are bigger than us, it's so difficult, yet we can actually help the people in those countries to feel hopeful. That's very important. But with the small things that still matters, we can actually make a big change.
What is the biggest change you want to make?
I'm sorry, what?
So I listened to all of you, and you end up with you can make a big change. So I asked
Of
you,
course.
what is the biggest change that you want to make?
Well, first of all, the biggest change I would say will be the perception we have on ourselves and others. Because, like I said before, we are so pressed to fake so many things and to tell others that that's the way and that we should always be in this kind of you can do it, you're not that good, you have to better yourself in this and that, and that just turned us into kind of like inferiority complex that will make us feel like always we need to make more and do more, and we are not able to just be confident in our own skin and with our own actions and with our own thoughts, and that just shows through
Understand?
everything we do, even in our work. If you grow up feeling like anything you do is bad, like how are you going to reach your entire potential? How are you going to prove others and yourself, like I said, it's the most important, that you're actually capable of doing anything you propose to? And if we grow up with those resentful feelings, that's going to affect our relationship with others, with our interactions with others, because we're always going to be like feel attacked or attacking others because there are self defense mechanisms. I don't know if that's well said, but in our minds, we try to cope with things that affect us very much, and it's not always in a positive way. Many people try to repress those feelings or express them too much, and it led us to do things that are a little maybe hurtful for them or for others, and that led to violence, that led to bullying, that led to many unhappy relationships in aspects like friendship, couples, and family. And if you have that problem since very little, because as I said, it starts with you, then it's the ones that are around you, then it's your entire family, your friend group, and then it's like a big community of people that have these issues that started from themselves, and they just start growing, and it can end with, I don't know, someone doing something very, very bad. I don't want to give examples, but you could think of many things that actually happened because of someone was one time said something like you are not worth it, something like that. We have to
I'm sure
start
believe.
we have to
Oh
take
no,
responsibility of what we say because it's very important. We don't know how it can affect others and with the
true, true,
consequences of it.
true. So far, I think your answer is really touched people hard, because for me, like, you can
And
see
their
I kind of
minds. I I,
true.
I actually care a lot about research and facts. I know I'm trying to reach people in the way it's easier, but there is an entire.
Okay, so
Oh no, the live's going to end.
it's bad connection for a while. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay. Okay,
No,
great.
but I see that it's almost 9 o'clock. Oh no.
Yeah. So okay, before we go into the last questions, I want you to tell something to your fans once again before I end up with the last question.
Okay. First of all, I want to say to all of you that I'm very grateful for all your nice comments and everything you tell me because you want me to be even better. I am very thankful because you are so nice, because you are teaching me a lot, and I believe that I'm growing every single day since the first time I learned I was going to Miss Grand International. And I love you so much. I'm doing my best. I'm trying very hard. I'm learning a lot. And believe me that in Thailand we will see many great results.
Thank you so much. I love that.
Thank you, Lena.
Okay, so the last question before we end up this show. I think this question many people want to know either. Why you should become Miss Grand International 2020?
Because it is something that I wanted with my entire heart, and I not only want it with my entire heart, I'm going to give my entire heart to it, and I'm going to work so hard to make everyone proud and do as much as I can in this situation where I'm around it's a worldwide a pandemic, and I'm going to help many people not only by words but by actions. That's something I am very, very led for. I want
True.
it, and I'm going to do always my very best. We'll see.
Wow, that's why she could become Miss Grand International 2020. So okay, it's time. Time's up now that for interview you in this day today. So thank you so much for joining us for the interview,
Thank
and
you, Lena.
we wish you best of luck in Thailand. And Thailand is welcome for you, and Thailand love Ecuador, and Thailand love you too.
Thank you, Lena.
See you next
Thank you,
time.
Miss Grand Family.
Thank you, Sonia. Bye bye. สวัสดีค่ะ
Bye.
บ๊ายบาย